So it says you are live, so fingers crossed it is streaming to our Facebook page now. We'll just wait. There's a little eye at the top. I don't know if you can see that, but that shows who's watching. So it's 0 at the moment. So we'll just wait to see if anybody joins us. Make sure it's working. Just morning, you are live. So it looks like it's working and people are starting to join the live session. So the software is in our favour today. Morning. So good morning, everybody watching. We are on Thursday. We're back in Sedgemoor this morning. My name's Lauren. I am the team lead for Sedgemoor Village Agents. And I am joined this morning very excitedly by someone that we've been working with in Sedgemoor, and I will let her introduce herself.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lauren. Thank you for having me join you guys this morning. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Bev G Star and I'm an artist and workshop host. And currently I'm undertaking a project called Creative Isolation on behalf of Seed Sedgemoor.
Yeah, so very exciting. We've been very lucky to collaborate with you on this project, and we'll get into it a little bit more, you know, what that project's been about for you. Morning, Marilyn. I can see you're watching us this morning. Lovely to have you with us. So if anybody, whilst you're watching, if you've got any comments to make, if you want to ask any questions, please pop them in the comments section and one of us will get back to you. But otherwise, we'll crack on talking about Bev's wonderful project. So Bev, could you tell us a little bit about where the idea for this project came from? That's probably a good place to start.
The best place to start, right at the beginning.
Absolutely.
So at the beginning of the COVID pandemic, I was approached by a few people, knowing that I was a workshop host, to host workshops live on the internet of various areas. And I jumped up the opportunity and chance to share creativity with the people of any community I could get involved with. And it also developed for me to create creative material packs for people that couldn't get out of their homes, that were highly in isolation and were vulnerable maybe. So I started sharing my creative materials with communities, and then I saw a wonderful opportunity that had come up by the wonderful people at Seed Sedgemoor. They were looking for artists to undertake some creative projects to tackle the isolation, you know, and make reach out to people in the community that are isolated. So I came up with the idea to make 150 creativity packs to dish out through a few organizations, yours being included in that, and then assist those creativity packs with some online tutorials, not for just the people that receive the creativity packs, but for people in any community, mainly Sedgemoor, to get involved in this online community, appear or turn up to the live demonstrations that I'm going to be starting. They start on the 27th of this month. It's a Monday. It's going to be 8 sessions, 2 p.m. every week, where I'm going to be showing the people how to use materials they find around their home, teaching them creative skills or enhancing the creative skills that they've got currently to make beautiful things, absolute stunning things. And it's so simple and so easy. And I believe in these times, people begin to suffer with their mental health, where they've become isolated from friends and family. And they don't know where to start with creativity. So I feel that, you know, sharing my skills with other people might actually help.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. It will really help. We certainly have supported a lot of clients, you know, before the lockdown, who loved attending art groups and coffee mornings where they would perhaps do things, you know, men's sheds, lots of tactile projects that kind of got people out of the house and got them involved, as you say, in creative arts. And I know that a lot of our clients are missing that. So we were really, really happy to get on board with your project and have some of these boxes to deliver. So they've gone out to our clients in Sedgemoor, and they're very, very excited to start those online workshops. So I've got one of these boxes here. Perhaps I can just show everybody a little bit about what we're talking about. So this is one of Bev's lovely boxes. It's not a pizza, unfortunately.
There's no pizza inside the box.
No pizza inside. If I open it up and just very carefully kind of show you kind of what the pack looks like when it comes, we've got one of the fantastic postcards that tells you all about the creative lives under lockdown projects that are happening in Sedgemoor. And then Bev's included a very handy sort of instruction sheet, a little bit to tell you about what the project is and what's coming up in the workshops. And then all of these really fantastic materials that you're going to need to take part in all of these workshops. So they're very exciting. They have gone down really, really well with our clients that we've delivered them to so far. Just going to comments. We've got a morning from Jo. Jo is one of our lovely agents who probably has given some of these boxes to some of her clients. So morning, Jo. If you've had any feedback so far, pop them in the comments so we know if you've got them out to anybody and how they're finding them. And Shanti, good morning from Truscombe. Lovely to have you with us, Shanti. So can you tell us a little bit, Bev, perhaps about some of the things that you'll be doing throughout the 8 weeks, some of the things that you'll be making?
Absolutely. So I have one of the lists here as well. It's a work from. So like I said, the first live session, now these live sessions are going to happen on Facebook. Just because it was an easier way for me to reach a community. It seems to me the most popular social media. However, for those of you that aren't or have family and friends that want to get creative, there will be a link up to the Creative Lives Under Lockdown, and then I have a page on their website, and so you'll be able to watch the videos there. They'll be uploaded. But week one, we're going to be doing some nature prints. So to do this, I will be expecting people to bring some nature to the table. So what I would like to see is either people join in with me as I run the sessions live, or they can have the week to, or forever, to make these nature prints. So it's a lot about inspiration as well as inclusion at the time. So the week one, we'll be doing nature prints, where we'll be learning how to just make basic nature prints. You know, I try to not overcomplicate these tutorials also. So maybe some paint, some crayons, maybe some leaves, so we can get some, pencil prints off, but we'll talk about those through the sessions. Week two is going to be a floral wreath. Now, these are really easy to make. You can make these out of sticks. You can make these out of hoops. You could use something as simple as this. You could use a card hoop. So as well as the people receiving the packs, what I do want to stress in these times is you don't need a pack to be involved. It was just for those that were especially isolated and needed supplies. So we're going to be making some nature floral wreath. So you need to bring some nature to the table again, because I also wanted to include into these crafts a bit of the outside in.
Yeah, and isn't that really great, because it'll encourage people not only to get involved in the creative, but also to get outside and have a little bit of fresh air, and perhaps, spend a little bit of time in nature, which we know is really good for our well-being as well. So really fantastic.
Exactly that. And then week three, I'm going to be talking through the process of mandalas and how you draw them. And I called the session Mindful Mandalas. Now, I ran this workshop in the community for when people were dealing with SAD syndrome in the winter. Now, what I use for this skill is basic materials. You need a mark maker. It could be a piece of chalk, a pen, a stone, and you need something to draw on. It could be your finger in the sand. And what we talk about here with the Mindful Mandalas is sometimes when we are feeling low, what we need to do is step outside ourselves and kind of just calm our brains. Now, I found these mindful mandalas, or drawing mandalas, a really therapeutic way to use creativity to relax my anxieties when I'm feeling a little bit nervous, or or I have something big coming up and I need to get out of myself. I just pull up a piece of paper and a pencil and draw a mandala, and they can't just be they can be used for anything. As you see, I've got one on the wall behind me. This is in my home studio, so this is a bit more of an intricate detail, but I'll be talking about the difference between the mandalas through the sessions. So that's week three.
Great.
Week four is going to be some simple macrame. Now, I haven't got one to hand because there's so many around my house, but I have got some flat ones on the wall here. I have a studio that I work. So I've included in the kits a simple ring and a little bit of string. It can be with some basic cord. It can be with some ripped up old clothes. It could be, that's the one.
That's the one. So just a bit of string there. Definitely.
Very, very simple. And the other thing what I want to do to people is not scare them with too many technical skills. They're very, very basic skills that you could enhance when you find a passion for these things. I've known a few people that I've done a few of these macrame online in other workshops and in the community, and now they've gone on to have a little macrame business, and it's really exciting to see other people grow from skills that I've given them. So I want people to think outside the boxes. So that's week 4.
Lovely.
Week 5 is another upcycling project, is where we're going to be making some decoupage mini mags. So we'll be cutting magazines, finding positive quotes and cutting them up into smaller magazines for the children or ourselves, just to enjoy. Very, very simple. You don't even need a pair of scissors, you can rip.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. And it's fantastic for the kids, isn't it? Because it's using what we've got lying around the house. You can stick them sat down with a magazine for half an hour, they can rip out the bits that interest them and then use them in one of your workshops. It's fantastic, isn't it?
And such a simple skill to
absolutely. Yeah.
Week 6 is one of my favourite and most popular workshop. It's going to be a dream catcher tutorial. So I've included a dream catcher kit. Yeah. Now, one thing I will do is shout out here to the North Somerset Scrap Store. Just as the day after the pandemic kind of chilled out a little bit and the scrap store open, I was in there rummaging for all their materials as well as donating my own stock. So I will give a shout out to those guys, because they've really assisted me with the fabric for the dream catcher kits. But again, what you need is a circle, a hoop of some kind. These doesn't have to be purchased or bought. They could be made out of sticks, they could be made out of cardboard, and then I'm going to be teaching or showing people how I learned the art of making dream catchers, which is the most popular because they're so pretty to have in your home.
Yeah.
So that's week 6. There's only 2 more to talk about. Okay, so week 7 is the festival headbands. Now I chose this tutorial because it's so cute and the kids can get involved, and again it's using scrap materials and things that you have around your home. What we'll be doing is we're making some plats to go around our heads, then we'll begin putting some nature, maybe some petals, a few beads in there, and celebrating the festivals that didn't happen this year, and maybe with our family and friends.
And families can really make a day out of that, couldn't they? They could make the headbands and then they could perhaps get out in the garden, pop some music on, have a dance, have a picnic, and make their own little festival at home. It's something for the kids to look forward to, isn't it, when we're not taking them out and about quite so much?
110%, because if anyone else has seen a few of my other tutorials, we've made bunting before, rag bunting. It's so quick and easy, and it can be done at any occasion, and we don't need to rush out to the shops to buy all these materials. They are already around our home, and I'm a little bit of a hoarder myself because I see the passion or the purpose for everything that's left over. So it's nice to use things that we've already got. That's the 4 headbands. And the last one, which is week 8, which I think by the time the 8 weeks are over of the courses, I think everyone will need to give themselves a little bit of self-love. So we're going to be making some self-love cards. Now, these are really important to me, and these are something that I've done with the community before. I think it's, especially in these times, everyday life, when it gets moving, it moves fast. We just need to take a little bit of time to love ourselves. And we have to do that sometimes in a manner that's not just, I like myself today. We need to appreciate ourselves. Our bodies work well, so we need to thank ourselves. And that's what we're going to be doing in week 8.
That's going to have such a huge impact on people, because I think it's very easy, especially in these times, to really kind of focus on the bad and the negative and the I'm stuck inside and the world's gone crazy. But actually, if people can be encouraged to take some time to think about the positives and the silver linings and the good that's still out there. And like you say, on their own as well, the fact that they've managed to stay healthy by staying at home and their bodies kept them safe. There's some real positives to focus on. So I'm really excited for week 8. I'm definitely going to be following along with all the tutorials. And I know my mum is as well. My mum's watching this morning, and my mum's a big crafter. She did a whole attic conversion for her craft room. So she has a full of, she's mad for craft. So she's going to be following along each week. So I know she's looking forward to that, because she's someone that's been isolating at home. So she's really looking forward to getting involved. So hopefully there'll be lots of people there. And like you say, these tutorials, people can follow on live, but they could also perhaps watch them and then choose to take part, later on in the week or anytime over the summer. Those videos are going to remain up, aren't they? So people can get involved whenever they're ready to.
Absolutely, 110%. And what I'm also stressing that I'm trying to create is a little creative online community on the page where people can come and share not just what I showed them they can make, but things that they make for themselves. I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about the community that's out there. This is why the project that we're lucky to have projects like this. I want to be inspired by other people. Somebody inspired me once, and I
Yeah.
hope that sharing my skills and they would pass them on. And before you know it, we just have a whole community of just creative people coming
Creative people.
together and sharing what they can do, you know.
Yeah.
And it's lovely to feel validated and have some approval from our peers socially, online
Yeah.
or in the real world.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
So having a space where people can come and they can say, look what I've done, I've made this, you know, did it all by myself. It's a real pride thing for them, isn't it? And it's a chance for that kind of engagement with other people again, you know, when people are stuck at home, they're not getting that chance to socialise. That's a really nice space for them, isn't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Lovely. So the comments are quite quiet, but if anybody's got any questions that they want to ask Bev about the project, or about where, you know, how it's all going to work, then please do pop them in the comments section. We'll answer those. Anything else, Bev, that you want to tell us about the project? As I say, I'm very excited about it.
I was going to. I could talk.
Yeah,
So,
more than happy.
Yeah, one thing I would really like to share with people is this project's all about unlocking creativity. So, if you believe that you're not a creative person, then unfortunately you need to change that thinking. We need to become the creative people. We need to be resourceful with the things that we have, and we need to unlock those cognitive cogs in our brain to sort of get them going, to let go of what we've been or thinking about ourselves when it comes to not being creative. You are as creative as your imagination wants you to be. And if you don't know how to do something, the learning is part of the journey of being creative. And we're not searching for perfectionism here. We're not going for this needs to be perfect, because unfortunately, if you strive for too much perfection, sometimes you just don't get moving and you just become frozen in the fear of not making it perfect. So I'm a massive advocate for art in therapy. Creativity is therapy. It really has saved my life. And I know many people that have come to my sessions and not only been saved by the creativity, but saved by the community that's been built around those creative sessions, and talking to people alike, and again inspiring each other. And it's a chain reaction.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful. And it's lovely to watch people grow. It's, you know, it's just a great feeling.
And I think it's a good point that you made, that you don't have to be an artist to get involved in these sessions or any creative sessions. You don't have to be someone that's going to do it right the first time or get it, you know, perfect. It's all about just having, like you say, unlocking those kind of creative cogs in our brain, using our hands, and you know, and I guess if somebody's watching and they're thinking, you know, that there's a barrier to them getting involved, they might have perhaps arthritic hands, or, you know, something that they think is an issue, then perhaps it's worth coming, you know, having a conversation with yourself, Bev, or with us agents, to see if there's something that we can help, you know, change the way that you're working.
It's absolutely spot on point that you just brought up there about limited ability, so to speak. So I was lucky enough to be involved in a project run by the Creative Thingy What's It. They're a community interest company in Weston-super-Mare. And when I started collaborating with them, we were working with people with limited abilities, people in residential nursing and nursing homes suffering from dementia. Now, not every week when we went into those nursing homes were they able to do the things that we would set out to do. Now, we had to, again, use our creative brain. So this is where the creativity cog really comes in, because you think, that person can't slightly use their hands. What can we do to enhance this? And maybe you could just feel the material, you know, again, be tactile. You know, maybe we put some smells on the material they can really get involved with. So maybe there's a family member that they could sit with, or again, you know, somebody that can't make the crafts, but you can make it for them, lifting their spirits, and they can sit at their home and they can look at it. These are all wonderful things. You know, you might go on to make yourself a love card, but you think, well, Errol next door could do with some love. Let's make her a card and tell her all the wonderful things. These are skills that I want to share with people that could be adapted and developed in any way. I don't want to be too preachy sometimes, because I don't want to tell people how to do it. I want to show people how I do it, so they could make their own style, you know, and just grow. I love watching people grow.
Absolutely. It's a good point you made as well, that you know, we've spoken a lot about families and how children can get involved, but actually of any generation can get involved in these workshops, can't they? If you perhaps an unpaid carer of mum who's living with you and has dementia, perhaps you could do these kind of sessions together, or it could just inspire you, like you say, just to perhaps getting some materials that they can hold and feel and smell. And there's lots and lots of ways that you can get involved in the creative arts. You don't have to be making perfect dream catchers, do we?
No, we don't. It's
So
visual,
exciting and so
stimulating.
inclusive. Yeah. So Kat's one of our agents in sort of more the Taunton Deane area, and she's asked about the packs. So the packs are specifically for Sedgemoor, because that's where Bev's been funded to provide the packs for. But anybody of any area can come onto your sessions, can't they? And like you say, gather the materials from home and perhaps, watch the videos that you're making.
Perfect. That is spot on. You answered that so clearly and nicely. It's exactly like I would have loved to have been able to make thousands of packs. One, it was just not plausible for me to do that, and two, again, like you said, the funding, the lovely people at Seed have filtered down for me, is Sedgemoor based. However, I don't want us to not grow the community and people not feel involved on the outside, because I will keep stressing these materials or things that we'll be making can be made with materials you have around your home. I guarantee you, if you've not got paint, you'll have a pencil somewhere, or you'll have a pen that you fill your crossword in with. We could make that. We could make art out of that simple thing. Your newspaper that you've just filled out of your crossword in, I'll tell you, I can make something out of it. It's all about how you look at things. So I stress that I wouldn't want to feel like anyone's left it out if they don't receive a pack. But
no. Absolutely. It's all. I've just had a look at some of the things that you've put in the pack, and I mean, scissors. You've probably got kitchen scissors at home. Glue. If you haven't got it, you might be able to include it on your shopping delivery. That's normally something that supermarkets these days. Paintbrushes. Whatever you've got, crayons, paints. Kind of Bev's put these things in the box, but you can adjust it to whatever you've got lying around the house, really. And if you're watching this perhaps and you're thinking, I haven't got anything, but I would love to get involved, then just reach out, have a chat with Bev, have a chat with one of our agents, and we might be able to see what we can do at, perhaps supporting you to get some materials if you're really, really interested in getting involved in the creative arts.
Absolutely, my dear friends, and I will always talk very highly of the scrap store in Weston. Have just abundance of materials. Again, they are donate, maybe we could do something, we could help you out a little bit there, so it pleases me.
I was very excited when I saw the scrap store. I think you featured it on your Facebook page, because my mum wasn't aware of it, so I've sent it over to her and she was very excited. So we might have to pay that a visit in the future.
I'll name drop me when you're in there.
I will, absolutely.
The business.
Will do. Yeah, definitely.
And there are looking for businesses to donate scrap. We're talking clean scrap, cardboards of sorts, jars. So if you are a business and you're watching this and you feel like you have some scrap, nice to get rid of, they're always looking for neat donations. So again, please reach out for them. Again, it's a community scrap store, so we want to make sure it includes the community.
I'm just thinking of my own house. I've got craft boxes of stuff you just accumulate with children, don't you? Paints, and probably every summer at the start of the summer holidays, and now we've got boxes full of scrap paper and bits and bobs. But I'm really looking forward to making the most of them this summer, perhaps, and spending more time at home, and the children can perhaps get creative and make some bits and bobs along with you. I'm really excited.
It's exactly, and they're child friendly, all the activities. If parents don't feel like they have to get involved, I will say supervision is key, but please just keep children in front of the me for 40 minutes and keep them entertained. My children don't want to be creative anymore. They're creative, like blood running through them. I think they get a little bit silly sometimes, so it's nice to entertain children all over the world with creativity.
So Kat's just asked, when are the tutorials starting?
Well, thank you for your question, Kat. I love interaction, so great question. So the first creative tutorial is going to be nature prints, and it's going to be on the 27th of this month at 2 p.m. and you'll find me live on the Creative Isolation page that day and every Monday after that at 2 p.m. For 8 weeks.
So we'll share the link for that. I think it's already on in the comments section here, so that people can go over and like your page, and if they pop the notifications on, then they'll be notified when you go live on Monday.
That pleases me, and again, I wish to grow the community wider, so more people
Yeah.
can get included and feel inspired. And also, as I'm not Sedgemoor based and I'm not out of the house and being really active in the physical community, branching out online as an artist, sometimes I don't want to feel like I've missed anyone or I can't reach enough people. So the more people that preach creativity and help me outgrow my project will help each other's communities grow also.
Yeah. Absolutely. And like you say, it's just lovely to be a part of something sometimes, isn't it? Definitely in these difficult times where people aren't attending their usual perhaps groups, coffee mornings, art clubs, all those sorts of things. It's an opportunity for you to be involved in something, have some people to talk to and share your makes and your crafty bits and bobs. So yes, definitely, if it's something that's sparking your interest and you're watching this video, please go over and like Bev's Facebook page. Is it facebook.com creative isolation, creative lives under lockdown? Is that right?
Yeah, it's a bit of a mouthful. Creative isolation on Facebook. Tap that in the search bar and see what happens. And I will take this opportunity while you have your wonderful audience is just to mention the other projects that are happening under the Seed umbrella. Now, they had some funding and it's come from the Arts Council England. So it's funded through the Creative People and Places project for Sedgemoor, and then it's come through the Seed Sedgemoor. So we have here Joyful Noises. They're looking for people who celebrate originally the NHS. So please look at that page and have a look at the noise that they've been making, because it's really interesting. So please get involved in that. And they're looking for people to send some videos in. Moments of Stillness. This is quite a tranquil a project. It's just the moments in the day where we just feel at one. I've watched a few of their videos and you just look at them and you're just like the wind blowing through the grass. It's really calming.
They're lovely, aren't they?
Creativity, noise and stuff. And then you just go to this page and it's like, so beautiful. I feel great.
Yeah.
So please check them out. We have my project Creative Isolation and we have a sketchbook Unlocked. Now this is run by the Arts Quarter. So type them into Facebook and have a look, because there's a lot of creativity happening over at the Arts Quarter. I've heard a lot of rumours about good stuff about them. So please check them out. And here it says, let's dance. So if you're maybe someone who likes to dance or watch dance, I don't have the full details of this project, but please check them out also.
So I think I'd be right in saying they're doing online dance classes, aren't they, with the potential of those, what you're learning in those lessons to be part of a performance at some stage. So if perhaps, you love to be creative in a different way by moving your body, music and things like that, then perhaps, check out the Let's Dance Sedgemoor project. So lots and lots of different projects for you to get involved in if you are someone who is a lover of creative arts in lots of different ways. Very exciting. We're very lucky in Sedgemoor, aren't we, to have a wealth of arts culture going on.
Goodness me, I was just flabbergasted. I was just taken away with how much you guys have got going on. As an artist, sometimes it's hard to find niches where you really feel that you fit in. And when I met the guys from Sedgemoor, who have been nothing but kind and loving, and they've helped me to copyright my pack. I'm not amazing with words. I'm creative for a reason. These guys, they did the branding. They've just done with their funding just magical things, and I can't thank them for the opportunity they've not only given me and the other artists, but the community to grow in a creative way. So thank you guys.
Yeah, they're lovely. The other thing, actually, it's probably a good point to mention that's happening this weekend. I don't know if you've heard of it, Bev, but there's a Quayside Festival going on in Bridgewater. Normally it happens, out in the town, lots and lots of different things going on. But this year, obviously, it's remote, it's online. So we'll make sure we pop the details for that if you would like to get involved in the Quayside Festival this year. That's running Saturday and Sunday. I think there's some cookery classes, some live arts performance and things like that. So if you're looking for something to get involved in this weekend, then check that one out. Lots of exciting things happening in Sedgemoor.
I shall make sure I support them as well. Creative purpose. I'll shout out all over the page.
Absolutely. Lovely. So we'll probably wrap up the session soon, but if anybody has got any more questions you want to ask in the next couple of minutes, pop them in the comments section where I'll answer those ones. But is there anything else you would like to tell us, Bev, before we sign off? It's been really, really lovely to talk to you.
Well, it's absolutely my pleasure. I'd like to just start, obviously, thanking everybody because I love them and they're making me feel good. And I'd like to come back. I'd like to thank you for inviting me to come to the Talking Cat this morning. I've been watching you guys for a while, so just perfect. I would just like to encourage people to come to the page. I don't want to miss out on the opportunity for other people to gain from this project, and I sometimes don't know how to connect with the community, so I really want them to come to me so I can help bigger. So I would just come see Creative Isolation or Bev G Star as another Facebook page that I run for. It's all shared back and forth, and just tell me what you want and how I can help you creative unlock those cogs and
absolutely perfect. Well, we're really excited to watch your online tutorials come at starting soon. I look forward to working with you in the future. There's been no questions, so I think we'll finish the live session here. But as you said, really encourage people watching to go over and have a look. And as always, as we always mention this lives, if you have anything else that you are struggling with at the moment, if you need somebody to talk to, please reach out to the Village Agents. You can send us a message on the Talking Cafe Facebook page, or you can give us a ring. Our telephone number will be in the comments section. So it's lovely to be with you. I won't be here next week because I'm on annual leave, so I'm not sure who's going to be covering the Talking Cafe, but it won't be me. So I'll see you the week after, everybody watching. Thank you for being with us, and thank you, Bev, for joining me this morning. It's been really, really great chatting to you.
My pleasure.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Lots of love now, guys. Bye.
Bye.